on the line?
Hey, I got Anthony on the line.
Hey, Michael, let me just call the seller really quick.
Sounds good.
Nice to meet you, my friend.
Nice to meet you too.
And Michael, you have the layout right in front of you?
No. What's the address?
Okay, well,
Oh, no, never mind. Hold on.
I'll just forward it.
That's what forwarded it to me.
All right, I just sent it as well. Let me send you over what he sent me for comps. You should have received it.
He didn't answer. I'm going to give him a second. I know he works in business sometimes. A client rolls in. But he did tell me that 2:30 was better for him, so I'm surprised he's not answering. But while I got you both on the line, Michael, were you able to take a look at the property in depth at all, or is it still just on the surface for you?
Well, I'm looking at the property. It's a very nice property. The location is very nice. I see you guys have it priced at $350. See, you had a recent price cut on it as well. I think I'm looking at it here. It's a nice neighborhood, no HOA. Is this property an investment property, or does he live in it?
No, he doesn't live in it. This is a flip project for him and his partner. But
Oh, okay. So,
spokesperson.
got it. So this is basically a flip that isn't selling.
Yes, and they got a little bit of bad luck. Basically, when we first put it on the market, we had a orange right out the gate, but no one came forward with an offer because it was always second best or something. Not that there's something bad about the house, but at the time, the person who put the layer of flooring down didn't do a good job. People thought it was a foundation issue, but there wasn't a foundation issue because they just did foundation work on the house. So they redid the flooring, and now it's nice and even. We haven't had someone complain about it, but by the time the clients, between you and me, by the time they reacted, it was the showings already started tearing off. You know, and that's why we did the price drop. And also everything else came down a little bit in the area. But if it would, that's because we're on the downward curve right now. Everything's going to bounce back. I don't know if you saw in the comps I sent over. The same caliber houses were selling for around 360, 367. Now they're around 340, 350 range. So
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, your comps are 5 miles away.
No.
Anthony, I took a look. Some of them were like, I saw one that was 5.2 miles away. And some of them had an extra bedroom and an extra bathroom and larger square footage. I think it's close. I have it maybe around 330 as the market value. So I don't think you're too far off, but some of the comps were a little farther. And for the rental comps, we like to stay in within a mile.
The comps, all right, look, I'm sorry, but if those aren't quality comps, you guys, both on the rental and the sales part, then I don't know if we can do business. I don't know if he's going to do business with you either, because those are pretty quality comps right there. The ones you were sending to me were too small, and they didn't even have 2-car garage. And you wanted to try to chisel us down to 275. So what is it? Is it worth?
No, I don't think it's worth 275. I just think 350 might be a little higher. Not that we can't make something work, because it's a seller finance deal. So as long as the terms make sense, then we can still make something work.
Anthony, let me intervene here as a finance guy here. So we, depending on which option, which lever you pull. So, right, I think Jonas already gave you some levers that we can pull, meaning seller financing lever. We use our debt fund, give you guys a higher down payment. So it's not about our comps or your comps or the seller's comps. It's about the appraisal in the end. So whatever the appraisal comes back at, they're going to first look at comps within 6 months, comps within 12 months, comps within a mile. If they can't find good comps within a mile, then they'll go over a mile. I've rarely seen in a place like Garland, where it's very heavily populated, for appraisers to not be able to find comps within a mile. So me and you could sit here and talk about comps all day, but in the end, when the appraisal comes back, the appraisal will justify how much the property is actually worth.
I sent you guys 2 comps that weren't that far away from the property right here. I sent you one at 3422 Blue Ridge Lane in Garland. I sent you one at 2826 Hinders Drive in Garland.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the
Jonas, do you have that? I didn't see those.
Is that 3422 Blue Ridge Lane, Garland, Texas?
Yes.
Give me 1 second. All right. Yeah, so the one is it's 1.3 miles, so not too far, but it's 2,089 square feet. So it's a little bigger.
2,000. How much you said?
2089.
That big of a difference? Is it still a 3.2?
It's
Yes, it's a 3.2.
And when was it built?
This is 1970.
Okay, so it was built 1959, so within 10 years. So yeah, it's a good comp. It's just if it's a little bit of mile, that should be fine. But if appraiser, yeah, so fine. So I mean, here is going to be relevant based on the appraisal, right? So if we work out an actual seller financing deal for us,
It's 1 street over. The other comp I sent is 1 street over.
okay.
It's only even half a mile away. It's 1 street over. That one's at 367. It's
Okay. So you guys think you guys are having trouble selling this one for 350?
because we're in a downward trend market, and I just told you why we had trouble selling it. There was a conditional issue with the house that was fixed.
Okay. Let's just forget about price here. Let's just say 350, right? So let's talk about the levers we discussed. Which lever are you mostly leaning towards?
I don't know. This is his decision to make. He's got to pick up the phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's how these seller go or realtor calls go. You want to make sure to provide the facts always in the beginning. And you always want to make sure to see where they're coming from, why certain properties aren't selling, why they're selling, if it's an investment property, if it's an owner-occupied property. We have the facts. We did have some comps that were further away, but he also did send us some comps that were pretty close by. So for us, the kind of which lever he pulls, whether it's the lever of seller financing or it's the lever of a method. So it's all going to depend, right? And in the end, if it's a Morby method, it's all going to depend on the appraised value. Hello?
Are you bringing the seller on the line? I think that's what.
I'm not sure. I think he might have hung up.
No, he's still on the line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's calling. Yeah, give a second.
So sometimes you have, when you do these conference calls, it's a while to get sellers on the line or they're working, whatever it is they're doing. But in this case, this is a flip that's not selling. So this is an investor. So he is in a buy. He probably has a hard money loan that is coming due, and he has to sell the property and pay off the hard money loan. And he might even have investors in this project as well. So, or he maybe bought it for cash. Now he's out of cash.
Okay, Bob, Mike, and Jonas and Mike meet Bob.
Hey, Bob. Hey, Bob. It's nice to meet you. My name's Michael.
How are you, Mr. Michael?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
Bad flip, by the way.
Well, I mean, if we make what we can better than if we can make a lemonade out of lemon, that'd be good. So let's see what we can do to achieve something. Hopefully, make America a better place to live for both of us.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me a little bit about. So, are you an avid flipper, or is this something you do part time?
No, not investor. I'm not extender. I'm not nothing. I mean, as a normal person, I make a living like you and everybody else. To sell the house, they told me you can do in-house financing. I say if I see the customer, they have a potential, they have an income, they can make it. Of course I do. What the heck? I mean, I want to sell the house. If you facilitate, and he told me there's another guy, he has a house, you want to sell it. I said, well, I mean, can forget the house. Then he told me about you that you had $105,000 and then you want to pay 8 years. The rest of it, I didn't understand how. He didn't maybe understand either. That's why he me to you both talk to see if maybe you can achieve something.
Sure.
So what is your situation? You want to buy the house and you are a investor, right?
Yes. We're an investor. We have investors. We're an investment company. We buy houses in a lot of different ways. We buy houses creatively. We also do fix and flips as well. So we use hard money. We use private money on our fix and flips. So it's just kind of a property that we buy. Did you bought this house? Did you buy it with your own cash, or did you use a hard money loan?
What do you mean hard money loan? No, I didn't get a loan. So I lent from one of my company to myself.
I gotcha. Okay, got it. Okay, so we like to give sellers, the pool to see which works out best for them, and where it balances out for both parties. So Jonas, if you want to go ahead, present both of those options, and then we can go over them briefly, and we could see which one would work best for Bob.
Yeah, I'm on the road, but I do remember. So our first option being full purchase price, so $350, and then we principal only payments of $50 and a month balloon.
And then how much was the down payment?
30% down of full asking.
Okay.
So I pay $50 a month for 8 years, for 7 years.
Correct. Yes. Or we send one other offer where we could actually give you 40% down and a 2% deferred interest rate that would accrue for that duration that you're holding the note. So at the end of 84 months, you would receive what you were holding, and then an additional interest.
So Bob, let me kind of how this works, right? So there's two levers to pull in real estate, or sometimes three, kind of on the deal. The first lever is we come in, we give you $350 for your purchase price, and then we give you a down payment of, let's say, about $20,000, and then we give you a monthly payment much higher than $50 per month. That's the first lever. And means we're going to give you your purchase price, and we're going to give you your much monthly payments. And the reason we do that is because it's as an investor, we look for cash on cash return, as do our investors look for cash on cash returns if their numbers don't make sense. And so the levers we cannot pull is we cannot give you a big down payment and give you big monthly payments, because that wouldn't make sense for us. Or can I give you big monthly payments and give you also a big down payment, because that wouldn't make sense for us. So the second option is where we're like, okay, why don't we do this? Why don't we give you, let's say it appraises for $350, because we have to do an appraisal because we use one of our debt funds. If it appraises for $350, we give you 30% down. What is that? 30, that's about $75,000, $80,000, 30% down. And then we say, listen, we're going to give you a big down payment. Sure. Okay. Then let's keep the math easy. 100,000. I say, Bob, I'll give you 100,000, but I'm going to borrow this money as well from our debt fund, like you borrowed from your company. So I'm going to be in first lien position, and I'm going to have 100,000 to give to you. But it costs me to borrow this money is around 7%. So I'm going to have about a 7% mortgage on a $100,000 loan. Now, I ask you, I say, Bob, if I give you $100,000 so you can get out of this flip that you're in, so you can recoup some of your funds back and move on, I'm asking you to give me 84 months to pay you back. And the way I protect you is I open up a new LLC just for this property. I add you as a capital contributor for your seller financing portion that we owe you. So you're protected. You're not even in second lien position. You're our actual LLC for this property. And in 84 months or less, we're going to refinance this property, and we're going to pay you back the remaining of your equity. So that's option two. Most investors or flippers that we talk to that have flips that have not gone the right way or whatever, like that option, because they're our LLC. We have default provisions on there as well. And I'm not a CPA, so please don't take this as a CPA advice. But when you're an operating member on an LLC, and when we refinance the property to cash you out, there's a lot less tax liability than it would be if we would just buy the property from you, because we're doing a cash out refinance. So we're taking out debt, but we're paying you off at the same time. So that's the second option. It's a very easy option. We go through our debt fund. We get qualified. We get the 100,000. We have our first closing. You get your money wired $100,000. Our attorney sends you over the LLC documents, the operating agreement. You look it over. You see yourself being on there as a capital contributor on the LLC, and we close out. There's in our LLC, we cannot sell we cannot add additional liens or any encumbrances on the property until we sell or refinance your position. So that's the second lever. And that could come with a 30 to 40% down payment.
Market said the second was 40% down. So
Yeah, so the second option, it would have been 40% down and a 2%.
and you take monthly payment for 84 months at 2% interest rate, right?
Yeah, to deferred interest rate. So deferred. So meaning we would pay you at the end of the balloon.
Let me ask you a question. Right now, you tell me you borrowing money under whatever, under $130,000, $140,000 for 7%. So why are you discriminating to give me 2%?
Because we're already paying 7. We have to cash flow. But when you're saying discriminating, I'm giving you 2 levers to pull. I'm giving you the first lever.
Okay, I like the first one at all. The first one is no. Okay, there's no.
Okay.
I'll go with
Okay.
the $50. That's the insult to anybody. This. I never heard of that one, and I don't want to do that for 8 years or 7 years.
Okay.
So second one, let me talk to my partner and see. I say you have 40% now, you want 2%, and I'm asking you why you want to pay 2%. There's 2% right now. And
well, that's we're negotiating with a seller and not going through a bank, right? So we have.
Well, I mean, if you want to go to the seller, I am not a bank, and I don't want to finance anything unless some people they don't finance. For example, some people they cannot finance, or they have a situation, or they don't have a social, or that. And what I do, I finance it, but I go borrow money from the bank, exactly the same thing you do. If I borrow for 7% and I have to make a couple of percent, set it for 9% or to 9% money capital gain. So you don't want to.
Well, you're talking about if you want to be a landlord, then go ahead and do that. Then we're not the right fit for you. You know, about us buying the property and us being the landlord and you just being a partner on our LLC, just waiting to get the rest of your funds within 84 months and getting a massive down payment. If you want to go and manage properties, then that's a different conversation. Then that's a conversation that, you know.
How much a month? $50 a month?
If we're giving you a 40% down payment, which you're never going to find anywhere, if realtor right now put your property on the MLS for seller financing, I want to ask him, how much down payment would you be requesting for the seller financing from the sellers?
What's the name of your company?
Tyler Capital Group.
Tyler?
Yes, Tyler Capital Group. But please that question. How much down payment do you think a wrap buyer would come in with?
I think it's a question that doesn't need to be asked, if I'm being honest. I think the better question that would need to be asked is, why do you guys have to borrow against yourselves, and why can't you just come up with cash? Don't you have cash as a company you could put down?
Why would we use cash if we can borrow the funds? Why would we use our own capital if we could borrow the funds from our debt fund?
Because if you're paying 7% interest on the debt fund, why not just pay that money in interest to him as the seller financing situation?
Because for us, cash is worth more. So we rather borrow the cash at 7%, give him a large down payment, and then have him be on our LLC and then carry for 84 months. Why would we deploy that much cash? We deploy cash whenever we're buying houses for fixing and flipping.
So for the second option, you're going to pay it off in 84 months at interest rate, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me talk to my partner to see what I have a partner too. So partner.
Sure. So like I said, it's a very straightforward. Yeah, but like I said, like if like your rent is great, that's what we do that all the time. You know, houses, we wrap them to families, but these families are bringing in 40% down. These families are scraping up 5 or 10% down payment for us. So if you something that you want to do and charge 9%, by all means, have your realtor put it on there as seller financing accepted. But I guarantee you, the you're going to be receiving are 5-10%. Maybe if you get lucky, somebody will give you 15% max, especially in today's market.
Don't worry about anybody else. Okay? So your own offer. So let's talk about your offer, because everybody else, talking to anybody else. So let's talk about your case and see. So you're going to pay 40% down, and the rest of it you're going to pay in 8 years with 2% interest rate.
2% interest rate, correct.
Okay, let's talk to my partner to see if we can get this done. If yes, I'll let you know. What's number?
You on my
No.
You call Jonas directly, or do you want if you myself? It's up to you. I could give you my number too.
I'm the middleman in between. I'm sorry. That's how it works. I'm the one facilitating it. There's no sideline conversations.
Okay, so call Mr. Anthony. He will let you know.
Okay, so why don't we schedule a date already? So Anthony, Bob, would be able to get back to us on this.
I'm available tomorrow, depending on the time. So you guys let me know what works.
Not tomorrow afternoon about 3 o'clock because I'm at the same time as today right now.
Okay, all right. Why don't you guys, Anthony? Why don't you schedule a night with Jonas for maybe?
Well, let me make sure I'm meeting or not, and then I'll let you know. Then we definitely we have to sit down and talk for maybe. As you said, you're going to have I paid the house, and want to do. If you already have a decision, then it's fine. We can write the contract. You sign it. You can bring it to me, give it to Mr. Anthony, or if we are positive. If you're not, we might know how if people are different because I have to talk to him. So you have these two options, right? And there's no third option, right?
No, there will be no third option because you mentioned the house is free and clear, right?
Yeah, I said the first one I don't want. I did. I mean, let me see what we can do with the second.
Yeah. So just to
how much is that for 8-7 years? How much is the difference between 2% and 7%? And that either we come up with something or we let you know how we can approach that.
Yeah, and to recap, it's $350. We'll give you your $350, but it has to appraise. So as long as it appraises, the purchase price stays. We won't even negotiate even $1.
The other thing,
we already have $10,000 over that what we were asking, but that's fine. I mean, problem. So we can appraise it. If you the house, that's gonna appraise for more than that, but no problem. So we can do appraisal, no problem.
One other thing, just to mention, Bob, just so you know, they're offering to pay closing costs, and they were offering to pay my commission. So you don't have to even worry about paying that out of pocket or anything. I just wanted you to know that. So they did throw that in.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Well, let's go back. What really quick, Mike, because of curious me. But you were saying it was a deferred interest. What's the difference between a regular interest and then a deferred interest? So that Bob can know.
Deferred interest gets paid at time of balloon.
Is it what?
The deferred interest gets paid when we have to refinance you out. To buy you out.
What he's saying basically, Bob, just for full transparency here, is that he's not paying you 2% interest every month. It would be paid to you after the 8 years. You wouldn't be receiving anything every month.
How much I'll be receiving every month?
Well, basically, based on what he said, it's nothing.
Based on a month?
Well, if we're giving you for 40%, Bob, as a down payment, we have to cash flow this property. I mean, we go back to underwriting, see how much,
Wait, hold on. So you don't want to pay no money every month at all?
So we did offer one other option where we can give you 1.5% interest in monthly payments, but you're not going to receive a high down payment. It's going to be 5% down. So if you're okay with receiving $1,000, a little over $1,000, but it's down.
Okay, I should know. Thank you so much.
Here, why don't we do this? We'll just to make sure that our numbers make sense because Bob, the thing for our company is we have to cash flow and we have to provide a cash on cash return for our investors. So the 2% to pay you every single month over on a 30-year amortization with an 8-year buyout, if that works for us, then we'll go through with that 40% down payment.
All right.
But first talk to your partner to see if this would even work for you guys, if we're a good fit or not. If we are a good fit, then within the next 45 days, this will be done.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
Yes.
All right. Have a wonderful day.
Bob.
Thank you. A few years back, I was just like many of you, watching others succeed, not knowing how they were doing it without traditional financing. Then I discovered creative finance and everything changed. By engaging directly with sellers and crafting innovative deals, I started acquiring my own properties without relying on my own capital. This approach allowed me to guide new investors to securing real estate properties using strategies like seller financing. It also allowed me to assist families that were in foreclosure by providing them a peace of mind and allowing them to move on to the next chapter in their lives. And lastly, acquiring cash flowing properties from day one without using any traditional bank financing. That's right, you do not need immense wealth to start in real estate. With the right knowledge and guidance, you can start your journey in real estate today. So if you're looking to get started in real estate and you're looking to learn or partner with someone like me, then reach out to me and let's do some deals together.
Anthony, bye.